Good morning. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Tuesday. I am doing my Therapy Tuesday today on health anxiety, otherwise known as illness anxiety disorder. Before it was really actually called hypochondriasis, but the DSM-5 has kind of changed its way, so everything has a new term, and today it's called illness anxiety. This is something that is really close to my heart because I have had my fair share of worrying about health issues, and I have definitely had some hypochondriasis growing up. I wanted to talk to you guys about what usually causes hypochondriasis or illness anxiety. It usually has to do with whether you have suffered from an illness growing up, so a childhood illness, or somebody in your family having some serious health conditions growing up can cause it, or experiencing a medical condition that you thought you had, but you have come to understand you don't have after testing. So to recap on what usually causes health anxiety, it's either if you've had a childhood illness, if you've had a parent or loved one in your family that experienced a serious disease while you were growing up, or if you were diagnosed with a disease that you were then told you didn't have. So let's say they told you you have some sort of an issue growing up, a health issue, and then they told you it was wrong. I have come to realize, and research has come to understand, that it's more possible for individuals like that to have what we call hypochondriasis. So what is hypochondriasis? Hypochondriasis is a person's imagination of physical symptoms that are either not there at all, or if they are there, are exaggerated in their mind, and their understanding is that they are suffering from a really big physical disorder that is otherwise not proven by medical doctors, physicians. So all of us will always worry if we know we have something that is in the way of our health. So if you have a headache, if you have a stomach ache, you might think about it. What is causing it? What is the problem? But individuals with health anxiety will take it to the next level and will always believe that this is a symptom of some sort of a serious disease. So I want to go over what is the difference between normal worrying about your health, at a normal level that all of us will, of course, engage in, versus this excessive worrying we're talking about. The difference is it's a constant. It is continuously on this person's mind that is suffering from health anxiety. It is something that will get in the way of their social, occupational life and will disable them from enjoying activities. So, for example, someone with health anxiety might experience some back pain and they may believe that they have a serious disc issue. And because of that, they will keep themselves from enjoying activities at the gym, playing soccer, going on a walk, and it will literally disable them from being an active person. So they take one small thing and they make it into something really big, and it will keep them from enjoying life. Next is, how can we deal with this? How can we deal with health anxiety? What are some of the suggestions that therapists give you if you are actually diagnosed with such a thing? I have to say at the same time that in order to be diagnosed with health anxiety, your physician will have to do a complete workup and rule out any serious diseases, any serious physical conditions before your therapist diagnoses you with health anxiety. I want to go over the diagnosis criteria for health anxiety right now. Preoccupation with having or coming down with a serious illness, not having physical symptoms or symptoms that are very mild, excessive preoccupation about an existing medical condition or a family history about a medical condition, performing unreasonable health-related behaviors may include screening your body or disease all the time, checking for what you think may be disease symptoms online, so excessive Google research, avoiding doctor's appointments to avoid diagnosis of a certain serious illness, preoccupation with having an illness for at least 6 months. The illness you're worried about might change during this period. So now I want to go over what are some of the things that you can do to help yourself if you are experiencing health anxiety. Number one, I would love for you to journal ways that you believe these worries are keeping you from your everyday life. So how is health anxiety keeping you from being you and enjoying life? Second way of dealing with this is by understanding how you can deal with anxiety in general, because health anxiety is really under the umbrella of anxiety itself, right? So we have different types of anxiety, and health anxiety is just one of them. Giving yourself a period of time to stay away from examining your body, engaging in doctor shopping behavior. Doctor shopping is, when you're going to one doctor after another, and whether they tell you something positive or not, you continue believing what you want to believe. So giving yourself a designated amount of time to stay away from Googling diseases, from examining your body, and from going to physicians that have already told you you're fine. These are some of the simplest, best ways of dealing with anxiety that you can do on your own. If you fail to help yourself, even with these tools, then I highly suggest going to a therapist, talking about this. CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, is one of the best known therapies to talk about this, because your therapist will understand what are some of your irrational beliefs, what are some of the thought patterns that you're having on a consistent basis that is leading you to have health anxiety, and they will help you with anxiety in general, so that if your anxiety is lower, of course, you will feel less symptoms when it comes to health anxiety. And if therapy fails, well then, of course, there are psychotherapy medications that can help you. SSRIs are one of the best forms of medications that help with this. But of course, medication, in my opinion, and in all other therapists' opinions, is left for the last resort. So to recap, it's really important for you to journal and understand how having health anxiety thoughts are affecting your everyday life, writing down what it's costing you so that it becomes more serious for you to understand and deal with, trying the tools that I gave you to deal with at home alone, and if not, then going to a therapist, seeking therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy is the best, and last is resorting to medications, but that is if it is a severe case and if therapy is not helping. Hope this helps. Can't wait to see you next Tuesday.